Hi everyone, welcome to our weekly card reading. Always so happy to have you guys here, and yeah, just excited to share these messages with you each week. If there's like anything that you have questions about, or if anything resonates, definitely let me know. If you want more personal guidance, you can always book an energy reading at the link in my bio. Otherwise, let's just get to our reading for today. So allow yourself to get grounded, however that looks like for you. Maybe out in nature or taking some deep breaths. Really whatever you feel called to kind of connect with yourself, connect with your body. And then allow yourself to decide what question or topic you want some guidance on today. Just whatever comes first to your mind, let it lead from your body. So let it lead from either your heart or your sacral or your root, getting grounded, like whatever you're feeling called to. Let it be from there rather than your mind, your worries. And then decide if you're going to be group A or group B. Okay? Okay, so when you're ready, you can have this video and we're ready for group A. And group A, align your life. What is not aligned or needs change? Okay, so this one obviously definitely have some changes that definitely feel very scary or very hard or very challenging, and definitely seems like you don't really want to look at them. Like when I first saw this card, I thought I picked the Mirror card. Because there's definitely like a sense that like you don't want to see it, and you're not really looking. And I don't know if you're like purposefully not seeing it or like know what it is and not looking at it, or you might not even be giving yourself space to even like let it come to you, to like let it come to your awareness. So you might even not be sure of like what it is. But there's definitely this calling to switch things up a bit, right? And I feel like that's definitely not what you want to hear. So, take that with you, and just, even if you're rolling your eyes, just kind of like let it sink in, let it sit in, let it like resonate, let it like make sense to you when it's ready to make sense to you. But I feel like you need to take like a much closer look in the mirror and like create this quiet space, kind of like when you're ready. Don't force it, because you're going to force it from a place of like fear, and you're going to force it from a place of like misalignment, and when you're really trying to align your life more. But allow yourself to like when you can, when you're ready, and when you're in like a grounded place, like maybe bring out your journal, or just allow yourself to like sit and like be with yourself and like notice what needs to change. And let me see. This can kind of feel like a minor tweak, but it's going to have like a big impact. So you're really at like a catalyst, like a turning point and a changing point. Yeah, which again can feel like very scary. Like I'm sensing like a lot of fear. So definitely like ground yourself, take your time with it, like do what you need to do to like take care of yourself, but also know that there is this like change, there is this pivot, there is this realignment that it feels like it's like calling to you and asking for you to pay attention to a little bit. So if you can create that safe space for yourself to actually like look at that a little bit more, look in the mirror, look at yourself, journal of like whatever that is looking like for you, I feel like that could be really good and important for you, because it definitely though, and wherever you can bring some like softness around it, because it feels very like hard and it feels very scary, which a lot of change can feel that way. So allow yourself to like, feel and process with that. But also it feels like there is this like calling, and there is this like necessity for a little bit of like change and a realignment. So if you're not ready to like fully dive into it now, that's totally okay, but allow yourself to bring more awareness to like what you are doing and the routines that you do have, and like kind of the steps that you're making kind of like in your routines that you're not, you're kind of just like doing because you've always done them, and just kind of bring more awareness to that. Like, is this really serving me? If it is, amazing. And if it's not, like, what change can I make? What tweak can I make? What would feel, it's not necessarily always going to feel good, and like, don't do what feels scary, because it might feel scary, but so instead of asking yourself like what would feel good or what would be better, like what is going to bring me more to like who I want to be? What is going to like bring me more into alignment, even if the change or the pivot feels hard or scary? So allow yourself to like bring more awareness to where you are right now, because it feels like while there is this big change calling you in, or pivot, it feels like there's a lot of fear that needs to be worked through first, right? Okay, so allow yourself to be gentle with yourself. Allow yourself to just bring more awareness to where you are, and see where you can maybe make those tweaks and changes. And if you are someone who's like, I'm ready to go, like I'm ready to make this change, I've been feeling stuck, I've been feeling like there needs to be this realignment, like this is your nudge to actually take those steps. Because again, there's fear with you too, and you need to kind of like face those fears in small tangible steps that work for you. But like, you're kind of like, I want the change and I'm ready for the change and I want to pivot, but you need to actually do it, and you need to actually integrate it, and it's not always going to feel good and easy. You need to actually take those steps that feel hard. So this is definitely your nudge to again, like I keep getting the word mirror, like look in the mirror with like honesty and truthfulness of where that tweak and change needs to be, because it kind of feels like you're like, I'll do everything else, but like not this other thing. And I don't want to look there. So that's kind of coming to the surface for you guys. So let me know how that resonates. That's group A. Excited to see where that takes you. Okay, group B. Okay. Group B, break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Okay, so this group actually, like group A feels like you're kind of like, you know, preliminary, like before the change and everything. Group B feels like you kind of like have been through it. You've been through like the darkness, you've been through the cave, you've been through the trudges, you've been through the muck of what this thing is. So you're kind of like, it feels like coming out the other side of like where that is, but now you need to actually, like, I feel like you've been like feeling it and you've been in it and you've been like, just like getting through it, which all has its place and its part. And like, you've been through the darkness and now you're like coming out the other side, but now you need to like integrate it, and you need to really make sure that like your thoughts and your patterns are actually like the rewritten version of who you want to be and what you're doing, from everything that you've just like felt through and been through. So now that's kind of like where your work is making sure that you really, and it kind of feels like you're exhausted because you've obviously felt so much and been through so much. There's been through so much. So again, grace and kindness with yourself, but also making sure that the rewriting is happening and integrating. So almost kind of like make it fun, like make it like exciting, make it fun, and just kind of been like, oh yeah, like I used to do that and now I'm going to choose to do this, and just making sure that it really, the rewriting is integrating. So making sure that you're like consciously and bringing your awareness to actually doing that. So like everything that you've been through is really like sticking into the new version of yourself, and like really rewriting and integrating and like planting that seed, and like, you know, really having that layer be foundational and stable in this new version of you. So I feel like that kind of is more of like a lightness, even though I know breaking the chain and like the darkness and everything is like really, really hard. But I feel like where you are right now, like you're kind of at the play part from whatever you've been through and like wherever you're coming out from. So make it fun, but also make sure that it's laying that new foundation and rewriting for you. Okay, so Wow, I feel like big messages for this week. Lots to like uncover, lots to see, lots to work with. So again, take your time with it, do what you need to do. Let me know how it resonates or if you have any questions. And again, if you want any personal readings for yourself, feel free to check out the energy readings and look at my bio. Otherwise, I will see you next week.